Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday afternoon, so let's check in on the news on Retardanistan, quick style. In a case, I'm reminded of a journalist who in 2022 said that the ANC is one of the biggest crime syndicates in the history of South Africa. Well, there's that. Now, that's important because you see, a Ward 41 councillor in Rustenberg is campaigning for the ANC, where he says in open ANC regalia that there's no roads and no water, and that the ANC governs there. So vote ANC. Have a watch.
Viva comrade, viva! Re na re na mamantona amosrali morella re la ka metsi re la ka ditsela comrade re dire ditsela re dile ditsela comrade ka moka je re la ka tsona re direle ka jole ka badudi ba mo tsaraleng. Thank you. Viva!
So moving swiftly abroad, the United Arab Emirates says that it will be restricting its nationals from enrolling at British universities over fears that the UK campuses are now being radicalized by radical Islamist groups. Who knew that the UAE now has a lower tolerance of Islam and extremism than the UK? But the UK is still the number one destination for insano lefty South Africans that want to leave the country. In other news, Denmark's Prime Minister has announced that she will be embarking on a ruthless deportation policy aimed at Muslims, claiming that they threaten the country's way of life and happiness. Interesting. Now, moving on to South African news. Well, apparently, remember that we've got Iranian warships on the coast of South Africa? Apparently there's a bill to renew the Agoa Treaty for 3 years, and that South Africa might not be included. And all of a sudden, the South African government's like, oh, damn, probably shouldn't have invited Iran. So now they're trying to ask Iran to quietly withdraw before the US notices. Too late, clowns. I'm pretty sure that they've noticed. In other news, Sir Ramaphosa was asked the question of whether or not he was worried that South Africa would be invaded next, and he had this to say.
I'm not worried about an invasion to South Africa, not at all. I think we are way far from anything like that. And in the end, the United States is an important country in the world, and we have...
So yes, definitely not panicking, are they? I mean, asking Iran to withdraw and being like, I don't think we'll be invaded yet, we think. And I guess that's the news of today. Let me know what you think in the comments.